Today's topic is two-dimensional array. We say it as 2D array. So what is the reason behind two dimension? Length as well as width, you can say. So you can see here I have some 5 rows. Row number 0, row number 1, row number 2, 3 and 4. Similarly, column number 0, column number 1, column number 2, and the index of the respective cell. Suppose this green color, somebody asked what is the index of this cell. It will be 0, 0. Okay, that means the combination of the row number and column number. So I can say this is 0, 0 index. This will be 0, 1 index. This will be 0, 2 index. Similarly, somewhere here, suppose I will come this one, I will mark it as blue color. So this blue color cell, if I will ask what is the index of that particular cell, it will be row number 3 and column number 1. That means 3, 1. That is the identification of each cell. So if you closely mark how they are having the relationship, each and every cell indexes, you can see while first position is constant across the row, while first position is constant across the row 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, the second position is varying, right? While first position is constant across the row, second position is varying. So first position is belongs to row number, second position is belongs to column number. And if you compare with our nested loop syntax, in nested loop we used to do something like this: integer, suppose I equal to 0 and I less than 5, I plus plus, and inside this loop suppose I have another loop just like this: integer j equal to 0, j less than 5, j plus plus. You can easily say, as long as j is varying its position 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, less than 5 means up to 4. So as long as j is varying its position 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, till then my I is constant called 0. Similarly, when I will be 1, it will again vary from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That means the combination of I and j is nothing but our expectation here. So row number I can represent as I there, and column number I can represent as j there. So that's why whenever you go for two-dimensional array, this is the logic you have to follow. So rest thing is, if you are saying here console.writeLine, it will display it. If you are saying here console.readLine, it will accept it. But the overall syntax is how many rows you take it here, and how many columns you take it here. If I will take here 5, here 5, that means I assume I need 5 rows as well as 5 columns. If I need here 3, here 4, that means perhaps we need 4 column data and 3 row data. Okay. So based on the expectation, you have to set your logic. So let's do one example, taking that syntax into account. Example or question. Always first we do accept and display. Even in single dimension also we saw how to accept and how to display. After that only we'll think about various manipulations. So simple question first. Accept an array of 3 by 2 dimension. Okay, that means 3 rows and 2 columns dimension. We say it as multiplication symbol, but actually we say it as by 3 by 2. Okay, so those who are engineering student, you must have studied matrix. So array and matrix same. In mathematics we say matrix, but in programming we say array. So 3 by 2 matrix or 3 by 2 array, both are same. So accept an array of 3 by 2 dimension, that means 3 rows and 2 columns, display it in 3 by 2. I will say here accept an array of 6 values, 6 integer values, display it in 3 by 2 dimension. Okay, so first part of the question is you have to have 6 values. User should enter 6 times the value, and somehow you have to take it and store it in 2-dimensional array, which is having 3 rows and 2 columns. So as I said, this line will vary. If it is console.write line, it is to be displayed. If it is console.read line, it is to be accepted. So our question says first you accept, then you display. So let's go to Visual Studio. I will create a new one. I will name it as 2-dimensional array. So when you accept it, you have to accept it in such a way that each value while a user is entering, it should go to right place. 0, 0, 0, 1, like that index should be decided and it should go to the right place. So let's create the project as using 2D array, and here I will give desktop. So let's make a function, assuming that I will make multiple programs in this solution. So I will make a function static void. I will say it as array underscore 2D underscore 1. That means 2-dimensional array first program, and call it here. Some sound disturbance is there outside. All right. So question says accept a 2-dimensional array of 3 by 2 and display it. So let me take it and put it there as a question. Okay, so as always, first thing we have to think about the program is memory. Okay, memory allocation or variable or array. So I have to declare one array because question says you have to declare one array, accept it, and then display it. So how to declare the array here? So if it is a 2-dimensional array, then it has to be something like this. Guys, my voice is audible because there is some sound disturbance outside. Maybe 2-3 minutes it will be there. If you have much problem, then you can hold it for 2-3 minutes. Is it manageable? Okay, all right. So integer square bracket. Basically, if you are writing just like this, it is a single dimensional array, isn't it? Last class we saw. This is a single dimensional array of 5 elements. But now my question is saying you have to have 3 rows and 2 columns. So what you have to do here, in this square, in the left side, put a comma. Assuming that there is something left side, something right side, separated by comma. and in this right side square bracket you put 3 comma 2. That means 3 rows and 2 columns. So left side part of the comma is rows and right side part of the comma is columns. Then question says accept it from the user. If you want to accept it from user, then as per our understanding in this notepad, row number always is the outer loop, column number always in the inner loop. 3 rows, 4 columns. But in our case, it is 3 rows and 2 columns. That means here it will be less than 3. Here it will be less than 2. J column, I row. So let's do that there. So I will copy paste it there. Instead of console.read line, write line, I will be doing console.read line. So this one right side part, it was for only your instruction, so I'm just deleting that and arranging it properly as per their alignment. Here instead of console.write line, I have to say console.read line. Why? Because first we have to accept, then we have to display. So here I will say please enter some 6 values. Console.write line, enter 6 values. Why 6 values, guys? Why not 10 values or 20 values? Because 3 rows and 2 columns means total it will be 6 values. Okay. So as per my question, it is demanding 3 rows and 2 columns. So if you say 3 rows and 2 columns, it is something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is called 3 by 2. Okay. 3 by 2 array. In mathematics we say 3 by 2 matrix. So that is what user has to enter. So here 0, 0. Here it is 0, 1. It is just like address location, or we say it as index. What will be next line? 1, 0 and 1, 1. In single dimension it was simply 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But here it is 0, 0, 0, 1. First row, because it is row number 0. Second row it will be 1, 0, 1, 1, because it is row number 1, column number 0 and column number 1. So cross section of row and column is nothing but the index of that position. So this is 2, so it will be 2, 0 and 2, 1. Makes sense? So what value you are entering, it is up to you. But what computer will understand, where exactly I will take that value and store is this one, 0, 0, 0, 1. So somehow I have to get this 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1 and so on. So that is why we applied this logic. So when I is 0, j will be 0, then I can write I, j in general. So I will say ARR square bracket I, j equal to console.read line, and you have to typecast it to convert.integer. So convert.to integer of console.read line. So compile yourself. Before computer compiles it, yourself you compile. First I gave I0, J0, I came here. That means array of I, j is nothing but array of 0, 0. Imagine I entered here 75 in very first time, then that 75 will go and sit in 0, 0, because that time I is 0, j is 0. So 0, 0, 75. That means here you go and 75. Just like this, your program will work, your compiler will work. Similarly, second time when loop will run, j is 1, but I is still 0. Because as long as j is not completing its operation, I will be constant. So 0, 0, 0, 1, then 1, 0, 1, 1, then 2, 0, 2, 1, like that it will vary. So what we are understanding now, we will see it in compilation and debugging. So we will put a breakpoint here in line number 16 and we will proceed. But that's not all. Our question is saying accept definitely, but you display it also in 3 by 2 dimensional value. So 3 by 2 means 3 rows and 2 columns. So should I copy paste it once more? And here I will say entered values in 3 by 2 matrix format or array format is below. So if you want to give a line break, you give something like this, /n/n. I gave 2 times, that means 2 line break I want here at the beginning. And here you go, this is for displaying purpose. Should I delete this line? Because this is for accepting, we want displaying. If I will go for console.writeLine, what will happen? If I will display array of I, j, there is one problem. If I will say console.writeLine, there is a problem. Who can tell me what might be that problem? Anybody? Every value will be in different line. Very good. So what we have planned in nested loop, we have done that before, right? So anybody can suggest me what you can do so that every number should not be in a new line. Very good. Instead of console.writeLine, first thing is we will make console.write. Okay, one thing you asked me to change is don't use console.writeLine, use console.write. Anything else? Okay, somewhere here in line number 36, right? Okay, that I understood. I will do it. So console.writeLine. Anybody there who could not understand why this console.writeLine? Line number 37.
Sir, hello.
Yeah, tell me.
What's the difference between write and
WriteLine says I will display and take the cursor down. Okay, and write says I will display and keep the cursor there only in the same line. Absolutely. Yeah. So here we use write, so that as long as this loop is continuing, it will go on write instead of write line. That means display in the same line, display in the same line, display in the same line. You are saying 3 times. So when you completed this, obviously it will come out and it will say, now I have displayed 3 values, please break it. That means come to next line. Okay. All right. For a better alignment, what I can do here, I can press tab space, just like this. Okay. Sometimes when you write, even you are typing in Notepad or MS Word document or anywhere, you are typing something, then you are pressing one tab space, right? Then you are typing tab space, then you are typing tab space. So one small gap is coming in between, right? Like this. So again I typed something, tab space. So it will maintain one columnar alignment, just like this. Similarly, here also I want, right after displaying 75, can you please make a tab space? Right after displaying second line, can you make a tab space? So that instead of 75 separate value, 89 separate value, it should not consider 7589. So you can better give a tab space right after each value displayed. To achieve that, I did this. So I said display this, no problem. Right after displaying this I, j value, in our case suppose 75, give a tab space. Don't go to next line, give a tab space. In the same line it will give a tab space. So 75 tab, 89 tab, 95 tab. Then it will complete this and come down. Then it will say please break the line, because console.writeLine means break the line, come down. Then again it will go to line number 30, right? I value was 0, now I value will be 1. For I value 1, again it will do the same operation. 1, 0, 1, 1, 1 comma 2 whatever depending upon how many columns. So this is how you can display in a 3 by 2 matrix format. Matrix means don't take it like a rocket science concept. Engineering student definitely be knowing, but general student who are non-engineering background, matrix means array. What you understand as array, arranging values in proper row and column order, that we say it as array. That same thing in mathematics we say matrix. So let's do it and compile it, debug it, see what happens. I have already put a breakpoint in line number 16, and here I will give something called console.read key and run it in a debug mode. You can see here it's a debug mode. So run it in a debug mode, so it will stop wherever you have given the breakpoint. Line number 18, F10 you have to proceed. So as of now, do you think array might be having any value? Nothing. When I'm taking the mouse to array, ARR, it is saying nothing is there, null. But the moment I will go and provide something, it will say as of now null has removed, memory has been allocated, but value has not yet allocated. And we know that in integer case, as long as you are not providing any value, it will be 0 0 0 0. So index has been decided based on how many rows and how many columns, but value has not yet decided. So I will ask user, can you please enter 6 values? So as of now, it displays this sentence saying that enter 6 values. Then I went to I equal to 0. Why? Because always index start from 0. Why I less than 3 here? Because my row number is up to 3. So 0, 1, 2 less than 3 means up to 2. That way I decided it should be 0 to 3. Here I decided 0 to less than 2. So when I is 0 and j is 0, I is 0, j is 0, my array position will be 0, 0. That means I am instructing, please take this value called something, let's say 20, and this 20, can you please store it in 0, 0 position. Check it out whether it is doing the same thing what we are expecting. So in 0, 0 position, it started storing that 20. If you compare with this Excel sheet, here it stored 20. Where? In this blue color position. Highlighting just for your understanding. Now come to Visual Studio and proceed further. If I'll press F10, will it go to line number 24 or will it go to line number 22? Who can say? 24. Because as long as inner loop is not completing its operation, outer loop will not execute. So it will obviously go to line number 24 only, and it will make j++. J++ means 0 plus 1 1. So I is still 0, I is still 0, but j become 1. So if it is so, then array of ij means array of 0, 1. Array of 0, 1 means somewhere here 0, 1. I will mark it as yellow color highlighted. So currently whatever value I am going to enter, it will go and sit in that yellow color position. Okay, once you understood the concept and mapped your understanding with the memory management, chutti for the rest of life. These concepts are something like that. So I said F10, then it is asking me please enter the second value. So I will enter suppose 70. So where the 70 will go and sit? It will go and sit in the 0, 1 position. So here it came and played 70. Then further again it will go to line number 24 only, because it has not yet reached last position 0, 1. Okay, it will make it 2 now, obviously. Can you see? J become 2. But what is our expectation? As long as j value is less than 2, please continue. That is what our understanding, because we have only 2 columns. 0, 1 column, 1, 1 column. then it will not continue for 2. So it came here definitely, but it will say false. Why? Because I have already reached 2 and 2 is not a valid scenario in this case for the column number. Then where it will go? It will go to line number 29, saying that yes, I am done with inner loop. I have taken 2 values. Now go to second row. So now it will go again. If I will press further F10, where it will go? Line number 22. Okay, because I has to increment to row number next. Row number next means what? 0 was already done. Now it is 1. 0 plus 1 equal to 1. So I value will be 1 and it will come down. Again j value will be 0 and 1 and 2 and 3 if any. Whatever the condition we have given. So in our case it is 0 and 1. So 1 0 1 1. So in 1 0 it will take suppose 90. That means 1 is I value, 0 is j value. So 1 comma 0 wherever it is, it will take and store that 90. Then further F10, 1 comma 1. So 1 comma 1, suppose I want to store only 10. So that 1 0 10 will be coming here and store in 1 comma 1. Then it will say that second row is over. Again it will go to third row. Third row means row number 2. It starts from 0, so row number 2. So I plus plus means I value is 2. So came down, I value 2, j value 0. That means 2 comma 0. So where is 2 comma 0? Here. Whatever value now I am going to enter there, that will come and sit there. So F10, I suppose entered something called 50. So that 50 will go and sit in 2 comma 0. So where is 2 comma 0? Here is 2 comma 0. Here it came and stored this 50. One more to go. So it will proceed further. F10, 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 F10. Okay. So I value 2, j value also 1. That means second position. So 2 comma 1. 2 comma 1. So whatever value I am going to enter now, suppose I entered 25, that 25 will go and sit in 2 comma 1. So 2 comma 1 is this one. So 25 will go and sit here. That means by this, our 6 values has been stored in their respective positions in the array. That's how you tell it as 2-dimensional array, because not only length but also width, not only row but also columns. So 2 dimension. That means now if I will proceed further F10, it will say bhai column is also over, row is also over, right? So it will come to line number 31. That means my array must have got all 6 values. Just take the mouse and see. All 6 values my array has already got. Instead of 0 0 0 0 0, it has got 20, 70, 90 and so on. Now it is time to fetch and display. Okay, it is time to fetch and display. So I want to fetch and display. Logic will be same, only instead of convert console.read line number 26, it will be console.write line number 36. So let's go there. So I displayed entered values in 3x2 matrix format. If somebody is having doubt about this /n/n, let me show you. Can you see between 25 and this entered values, 2 line gap has come because of that /n/n. That means I am saying wherever you are displaying this entered values in something, that sentence please display after 2 line gap. Okay. So then obviously same logic will be proceeding. 0 0 fetch and display 0 0. So fetch and display 0 0 means fetch and display 20. So it must have displayed 20 now and must have given a tab space after 20. Check it out. Have a look. Must have displayed 20 and gave a tab space after 20. So cursor is not blinking near to 20. Cursor is blinking after tab space of 20. That means second value whatever going to come, that will display in this position instead of close to 20. So that's why I gave a tab space. If I will not give tab space, what will happen? 20, after that 70, so 2070, it will be something like that. So I gave slash t. Then it will go to line number 34 again, and 1, 0 comma 0 is already displayed. Now 0 comma 1. So 0 comma 1 means what it is going to display? 0 comma 1 means 70 it is going to display. So it will display 70. Have a look. Displayed 70, suddenly gave a tab space. Then I came down, because my inner loop is over, both the columns has been displayed. And here, as of now, I have not executed line number 38. That's why my cursor is still blinking in the same line. But the moment I will say console.write line, F10, I'm expecting that cursor must have come down. Have a look. It was blinking somewhere here in the same line. But now it took that cursor to next line. Then you go to increase the row number, means increase the I value. So I was 0, now I become 1. So 1 comma 0. Please display 1 comma 0 value and give a tab space. Please display 1 comma 1 value and give a tab space. Please break the line. And so on. It will go to third row again. Then it will come down. 2 values it will display from third row. As long as both the values not displaying, it will not break the line. Tab, 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 like that it will go. Then the moment both the values displayed in third line, you can see that cursor is blinking here itself. And the moment I will say console.write line, the cursor will come down. And this is what my answer. So now if I'll go further to line number 32, it will say row number is over, come down, come back, and console.read key. So you can see here, whatever you entered 6 values into the memory, it displayed it in a 3x2 matrix format or 3x2 array format. 3x2 indicates 3 rows, 2 columns. Alright. Now I will do one more program. You will help me, to do it. Okay. So little more different dimension I will take. Instead of 3x2, I may take something like 3x3. Okay. 3x3 I will take. And little manipulation also I will do. What manipulation? I want sum of all values. Whatever we are entering, it should make it sum also. Okay. Step by step we will proceed to next level. So I will copy paste this and I will ask you what are the changes I will do. That is fair enough. So question is, understand the question. Here I am writing it as a summary. Accept a 3x3 matrix. I will say array because we are in programming. Accept a 3x3 array. Display the matrix or display the array as well as sum of all elements. Okay. So suppose little bit twisted the program, little bit additional feature I wanted, almost 90% matching. You have to help me in which line what I will change. So line number 47, what I will change. Okay, 3x3, very good. Yeah. In C language, C++ language, 2 square bracket will be there. But in C#, this is the syntax. Various programming language, various syntax, but almost similar. Okay. So here it is comma 3, 3, 3, 2, like that. So we declare this line number 47. We are done. Here any changes you expect? Line number 49. Enter 9 values. Okay. Enter 9 values. Here what should we do? Yeah, line number 52, we have instead of 2, we can say 3. Good. So it must have accepted 3x3 means 9 values. After that it must have come here. Okay, so here let me change it to 3 by 3. It is just a message. Here what should we do again? Yes, at least for displaying the value, here we will make it 3, isn't it? Because our question says not only sum but the array also has to be displayed. So first let's complete this display part. Okay, so instead of 2 I made it 3. All other things are good to go, isn't it? But here additional one extra manipulation is there. You have to sum, you have to find sum. If the question is up to this, then probably our answer is done, right? If the question is only this, probably our answer is done. We can run it and see. But our question says also display sum of all elements. So now tell me, what is the action plan? Okay, I declared a variable sum equal to 0. Okay. Okay, okay. Line number, can you tell me? Here I will press enter and we are saying sum equal to sum plus array of ij. Okay, let's do that. Then I have to display also that sum, right? Should I display after this console.write line? Yeah, so here I will say I'm in end of the program, isn't it? Because we have to display only one time. If I'll put that inside loop, it will display again and again. Sum is 20, sum is 50, sum is 90, it will go on displaying. I don't want that. I want only one time at the end. So I'll write here something like sum, or you can give a sentence also, something. You'll say sum is anybody there who is not agree with this either, or you couldn't understand why this line, there are 3 lines we modified. One is here, line number 48, one is here, line number 66, one is here, line number 71. To find the sum, these 3 lines we added. So either somebody there who couldn't understand why, or somebody is not agree with this, you have something else in your mind. You can please answer me. Anybody who couldn't understand? Okay, if you understood already, I will ask one more question now. If not understood, I will reply you. If you understood, I will ask the further question. If I will remove this sum equal to sum plus I, okay, I will ask specific people, don't answer. I will ask whom to answer. Okay, so I cut this line from here, line number 66, which is sum equal to sum plus something, and I put it here in here. Okay, whether I will get the same answer or I will get wrong answer, and question is for Selva. Can you tell me whether I'm correct or I'm wrong?
You are correct. This will also work.
Sure. This will also work. So either while accepting itself you make it sum, or after accepting all the values while displaying you make it sum. Logic is same only. Okay, one more guy I will ask. If I will take it from here and I'll put it here, okay, what will be the impact, whether I will make it able to I will be able to do or not. Question is for Michael. So first thing is it correct or it is wrong? Michael, you are able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
So is it correct or is it wrong?
So it is wrong actually. Within the loop we can display it.
Okay. It is not display, it is for, adding it, sum, making the sum. So instead of inner loop, if I'll put it in outer loop, okay, line number 56 is inner loop, right? Line number 59 is outer loop. So will it be correct if I'll put it outer loop? It will not be correct, definitely. You can see the red color underline. Okay, J doesn't exist, it is saying. But why it is not correct? Why we can say it is not correct? Okay, I will ask somebody else. Mangesh, why this will not be correct? You are all on mute. You can unmute and speak. Okay. Okay. It will not add every element. Okay. Why this error is coming? Who can say? Red color underline is coming, na? Below J. Anybody? Correct. So if you see here, you can see J I declared here, right? That means whatever you declare here in this bracket, it is only for inner loop. So the moment inner loop is over, its accessibility also over. I you can use here also, inside also, but J you can use between this curly bracket to this curly bracket only. That's why I is not showing error, but J is showing error. Alright, so let's go and put it here only. What we understood is the correct. So alright, so this cross question is just to build your advanced logic. So J is not accessible after this line number 57 because it has declared for only inner loop. But when we say outer loop, I is accessible for outer loop also, I is accessible for inner loop also. That is just a general knowledge. Whatever you declare here, it will be available between this curly bracket to this curly bracket. But whatever you declare here, it will available only between this curly bracket to this curly bracket. That's why J was not accessible in line number 58. Alright, I took it to the correct position again. So now let's put a breakpoint and execute it. What we are understanding and what it is offering, whether it is matching or not. I mean debugging. So I will debug now. Should I call this here? I'll comment the first function number 1 and we'll go to function number 2. Alright, so almost you have understood accept and display. Only the sum part is additional to understand, isn't it? So we will proceed little fast. I declared the array, allocation of the memory has happened. Then I went through row called I, column called J, and row comma column I accepted the value. So 9 values. Anyway, we will enter. It is one time activity. So it makes sum equal to sum plus array of ij. What is the exact meaning of that? Sum was 0. Array of I comma j is 10. So 0 plus 10 equal to 10. Take the mouse, check it out. The new value of sum is 10. Any two value if you check also, you will understand. Now I entered second value as 20. Now what will happen? Sum is already 10. Array of ij is 20. Just now we entered. So 10 and 20, it should be 30. Check it out. Some new value is 30. Like that, it will go on. Okay. So if you don't want to check each and every iteration, like 3 values already you checked. 10 plus 20 plus 70. What is that? 50. 10 plus 20 plus 50. Total become 80. Now, suppose you don't want to check further. You understood already the logic. Then what you can do? You can put a breakpoint again in line number 63. And simply click continue. Okay. So it will continue further. Then it will come to display whatever you have it. So now you go there and type whatever you want to type directly. No need to press F10, 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 F10. It will take you directly. So 50, simply 2, simply 6, simply 80, 9. You know, some 9 value you have to enter, right? Then only it will finish. Can you see now? When I entered 9 values, it has directly come to line number 63. So I need not to say F10, 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 F10. If you already understood the logic, why again whole 9 numbers F10, F10, F10? You can directly click on continue. But make sure you have a further breakpoint in next level. Now in next level, if you want to debug again, check it out. I become 0, J become 0. I comma J is nothing but, what is that? 10. 0, 0 is 10. So it must have displayed 10. And so on. So this part already we have seen in previous example. So I don't think it is need to explain. This is only display part. So what I will do, I will put a breakpoint in line number 73 now, and I will say continue. So that it will not take much time. Already displayed answer for me in 3x3 matrix format. But still it is not done. I have still one more line to go. Which line? Line number 73. So sum is already 190. That 190 I have to display. So F10 and it display sum is 190. It is almost displaying right to next line. If you want to give a line break, then /n you can use. Okay. So /n you can use here in this before sum is. So /n 2 times line break, and then it will display sum. So this is how you can debug and understand how it is proceeding, what it is doing in every lines. So 2-dimensional array declaration, 2-dimensional array acceptance, 2-dimensional array display, and doing some manipulation also you understood. Now it is time for homework. Some homework I will give almost in that level only, nothing very high level. So try it out. Homework. Question. Not sure if this question I have already given in the assignment list. Check it out. I have an array. I will take 3x3 only. This is called a 3x3 array, right? 3x3. 3 rows and 3 columns. Values are there. You have to accept the values. Whatever value it is. I assume you have accepted the value. Just to understand the question, I am typing some data also. Basically what I want is, if I am entering this way sequentially, 87, then 67, then 45, then 34, then 54, then 80. So my question is, after taking these 9 values, first of all you display like this, which you already know. Again you display same in a reverse order. Reverse means it's not back to front. It is row should be column, column should be row. So also display like this. 87, 34, 21. That means whole first column should display as a whole first row. Similarly, second column should display as second row. And third column should be displayed as third row. No addition, no subtraction, nothing. Just display in 2 different way after taking 9 values. So take 9 values to store in 3x3 and then display in following formats, both format. This is the homework question. That means just for example I gave some value. not necessarily that only value. You can enter anything. So this is just for example. So what is the question? This is the question. Take 9 value to store in 3 by 3 array and then display the array as well as the transpose of the array. Transpose means row will be column, column will be row. Okay, so display this as well as display this. Just for example, not necessarily it has to be only 87, 67 and so on. So anybody there who couldn't understand this homework? Answer you can try yourself, but question if you didn't understand, please let me know. I will explain it once more. So 2D array. Able to understand? Okay. So we have some time. Let's do one more program. Some useful program. Okay. In single dimension only, we will do one useful program. So though it is 2 dimension, what I will do, I will go to our previous program, array underscore 1D, right? So in that array underscore 1D, we will do that program because it's a single dimensional program. So question is, you have some values in the array. Okay, first understand the question in this Excel sheet, then we will go there. It is single dimensional array. Somewhere right side I am taking here. Imagine I have some 5 values. Index is like 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. You have the values like this. Okay, you have values like this. Okay, so question is, what is the maximum value among them? Okay, so single dimensional array already we have done, couple of manipulation also we have done. So this is, you can take it like one more manipulation. Okay, nothing a big concept additional, it is just one more manipulation of the data. So if I will ask you, please find the maximum value among these array, and forget about programming, it is pen and paper, what you will do actually? Suddenly you are saying, sir, 95 is the maximum. Don't you think so? But to get that 95 is the maximum, what you did inside your brain, that I want to track. So that same logic I will apply in my program. So who can say what you did to tell this 95 is maximum? Yeah, actually we are comparing all the values. That's true. Because imagine all the values are already stored in this array and I suddenly say which is the maximum. Actually you are comparing each other. You are not realizing it, but comparing each other. If same 5 numbers I will increase it to something like 1000 various numbers, okay, I will go on increasing the number like this, suppose 1000 different numbers I will give, then you will realize that really we are comparing, because that time suddenly within 1 second you cannot say that, right? So actually you are comparing, that is true. So if you are comparing its number with other number in your brain, because you are human being, nobody instructed you and you compared it. But programming, which are a computer, that doesn't know anything. You have to instruct and it will do. So what you will do, what you will instruct to the processor saying that, hey, first you do this, then you do this, then you do this, and finally you will reach to conclusion saying that 95 is maximum among all of them. So what will be the logic for that in the programming this time I am asking? Correct. Correct. That means we can start from one side and go on comparing towards next side, right? If I will tell you in different way, there are 10 people standing in front of you. Somebody is asking, who is having maximum height, tell me. Then what you do? You start comparing each person with other person, right? You don't realize, but you do it. Okay? So you are without comparison not at all possible. We don't realize, but yes, we compare. So let's compare that. I will compare this 5 with other people. Bhai, anybody is more than me? Like that. If anybody is more than me, then 5 will say, okay, I am disqualified then. That is bigger than me. So like that, some comparison logic you have to apply. See how I am applying the comparison logic. I will take this 5 as the maximum value. I assume that, I don't know, maybe something bigger than this might be available, but I will compare it like a maximum value, whether more than me anybody there, something like that I will compare. Okay, so imagine I took this 5 somewhere here. On pen and paper we are doing this now, assume it that way, because we are doing the mathematical logic part. Programming automatically will come once you understood the mathematical part. So I took 5 here. Okay, considering that perhaps my 5 is the maximum. Then I'm asking other people, other guys, other numbers, hey, anybody more than me there? You will knock the door for 54. 54 say, hey, I am bigger than you here, come on. Then you will take that 54 here. Anybody is coming bigger than this yellow color highlighted area, you will say, okay, no problem. 5 is disqualified, 54 is qualified. Then you will ask next. You will knock the door for 95. Hey, what are your number? 95 will say, hey, I am 95, you are 54, I am bigger than you. Then you will take this 95 and store it here somewhere. Okay. Just paper and pen work. Then we are knocking the door for index number 3. Then index number 3 is saying, I am having 89 dear. Then we will say, no problem, I am already having 95, so you are not qualified. Then we will knock the door for 4. 4 means index 4. Then it will say, I am having 4. If you are confusing the index and value, I will make it 54, or I will make it 12, some other number. So it will say, hey 4, what is your value? 4 will say, my value is 12. Then we will say, I am already having 95, so you are not qualified. So that means this yellow color highlighted area, this I am using just a small variable, I can say integer x or so. This is array, ARR, array, but this is one small variable called integer x. And that integer x is helping me whoever is the maximum value. So assuming from 0 position, then 1 position, then 2 position, then 3 position, and 4 and so on, I will ask everybody, what is your value? Are you having more than me? It will say yes, then bring and store it here. So that is the logic now. So if you want to give this logic into a programming format, first of all, who can tell me loop will be executed from what to what? Start value, end value, and step value, first thing we have to consider, right? 0 to 4, because there are 5 values, so I have to go 0 to 4. If you might have already taken this 5 here, even you can consider 1 to 4 also, isn't it? If you have already taken this 5 to this position, do you think it is necessary to check 0? Already I have taken it. That means comparing 5 with 5, no use. But I can compare with 54 because I have taken first guy. So why should I compare first guy with first guy? So I can start from 1 to 4 also. Who didn't understand this? Why 1 to 4? Why not 0 to 4? I took this 5 value, 5 or 50 or 100, whatever this value here. Like I said, 10 people are standing in front of you. You consider first guy to compare with rest of 4, right? Rest of 9 if you have 10 people. That is what I did. So first you take this guy here and you compare with all of them. And you are asking a question to each of them. If anybody is bigger than me, please come. Not bigger than me, no worry, be there. So 54 bigger than me, please come. 95 even bigger than me, please come. 89 not bigger than me, be there. 12 not bigger than me, be there, no need to come. So finally this position will give you the maximum value. So do that in a program. So that is called comparing between the values. Many requirements may come to compare between the values. So I compared between the values and came to conclusion that which is the maximum value. So question is accept some 5 integer values and display the maximum value. Static void find underscore max in array. Don't give space, but you can give underscore if you want to give the separator between the words. So question is here like this: accept, I will say assign to quickly finish it. Assign 5 values to an integer array. Find max value among them. So if you understood this logic part in Excel sheet, you can easily tell me what are the action plan to be done. Should I declare the value? Array integer, simply square bracket because it's single dimension array. I will say suppose nums equal to new integer of 5. It is saying assign, so I will say assign. Why I will ask user to enter, right? Some 7 values or 5 values. So 87, 7, 98, 3, 4, something like that. Okay. I don't know. It is not in order, but I haphazardly enter anything anywhere in any order. Now question says which is the maximum value among them. So here, like I said, you take a separate space on paper, integer x, something like that. So we have to declare a variable integer x. That is just like an helping element for us. Okay. And should I say x equal to directly array of 0? Should I say that? Because from some angle you have to start comparison, right? So I said whatever the nums of 0 value, means very first value, please store it in x and then start comparison with the 87, 7, 98 and so on. Now tell me, my loop will execute from what to what? 1 to 4. So integer I equal to 1, I less than, should I say array, always we say nums dot length, right? So dot length automatically take 5, less than 5 is nothing but up to 4, and I plus plus. Okay. Raise the hand, guys, if you couldn't understand any of this whatever I'm writing. Now it is no need to accept, right? We have to just write the logic. Yeah, Adi Vishwa, you have any question? Yep. Yeah. Correct. Zero comma 0. 0 comma 0. Every array will start from 0 only. 0 row, 0 column. Right? If you go for 2D array also, every array will start from 0 comma 0 if it is 2D array. And if it is single dimension array, it will definitely start from 0 because 0 is the very first element always. So if it is 2D, then I will have to make 0 comma 0. If it is single D, then I have to say simply 0. Alright. So only 0 will help me to pick this 23 and keep it in the X value. So it did it. Okay, so that means very first 23 value I took it into x, assuming that for me this is the maximum as long as I'm not comparing. Then I will say, hey, are you bigger than me? Are you bigger than me? Are you bigger than me? Each and every number I will go on asking. So whom I want to ask? 87, 7, 98 and 4. That's why I started from 1. So that comparison will start from 87, not from 0. Right? Because 23 comparing to 23, no use. So I took 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. Is that clear? Alright. Now inside this loop, we have to check that what we are discussing. What I will check? I will check, is this array of I, that means nums of I, whatever it is, greater than x? Is it so? Okay. I'm just asking, maybe true, maybe false. If it is really true, that means really 87 is greater than 23, then what is the plan we have actually? Absolutely, x equal to nums of I. Very good. That's it. So it will run 4 times and then it should give me whatever the maximum value into x. So where I can display that x value, inside loop or outside the loop? Outside the loop, because displaying x value is not a repeated task, it is a single task. So console.writeLine, the max value is position number 0 and x. So let's run it and see whether it is behaving the way we thought. Comment it. So I will share today both the solutions. Don't confuse. One program we did in single dimension, so this one also I will share, and two, 3 programs we did it in 2 dimensions, so I will share that as well. So that's why I always says, if you have already some files before, you take it the same day so that it will not be overridden, because the moment I will put this file, the old one will be overridden with this, right? So never delay, same day, 5 minutes you give, download it and keep it in place. If you have no time to revise, it's okay, you can revise it later, but 5 minutes you must give to download and keep it in a specific folder, that okay, today we learned this topic and this is the date of the folder, and keep everything related to that folder. Okay, so now I will put a breakpoint here and quickly let's do a debugging of this. Okay, so it came here, line number 55, and it proceeded. My nums got all the values like this, 23, 87, 7, 98 and so on. Then x value become 23, as we understood. Then first time I value is 1, so nums of 1 is nothing but 87, and 87 is greater than 23, which is true, so it will come down and it will take that 87 and store in x. So the new value of x is 27, old value of x was 23. Makes sense? Now it came to I++. That means I value become 2. If I value is 2, what is nums of I? 7. That means third value. So is 7 greater than 87? That is the question mark in line number 71. Is 7 greater than 87? Answer is false. Then it will not let to go inside. Go up. I++. I++ means I value become now 3. 3 means 98. X value is how much? 87. So that means question is 87 greater than 98? Sorry, is 98 greater than 87? Is 98 greater than 87? Answer is correct. Yes, true. So it will go down and it will say, please override that 87 with 98. So x value become 98 and so on. Okay. So finally whatever the latest value of x, it will display, and it will say maximum value is 98. Like that, any number anywhere you change it, it will definitely behave as we expect. Okay, so this is one additional manipulation. I will give one question on top of this homework. You try it. If it's not happening, we will do it in the class also. Probably, up to my understanding, around 50% people will be able to do it, but some 50% people will not be able to do it. So let me check whether my assumption is correct. So next question homework is accept one single dimensional array of 5 integer values. Okay, sort it in ascending order. Currently what we did is finding the maximum value. Did you touch anything to the array? No. We say, bhai, which position is what? You be there only, don't worry. No need to change the position. Only thing is, who is bigger, please come here and sit in this yellow color. That is what we did, isn't it? But now, my homework says, if by chance it is bigger, you swap the value, something like that. Hints from my side. Okay. If it is bigger, bring it down. That means take this up, bring it down, something like that. So you have to apply little extra logic so that instead of simply comparing, it will compare also, and it will say if bigger, come to down. If bigger, come down. If bigger, come down. If bigger, come down. Something like that you have to do. So try it out. I assume at least 20-30% people will be there who will be able to do it, but I will not suggest search in Google. Of course, if you search in Google, answer you will get it, but you will not understand anything. So yourself you try to do. If you are searching in Google also, if you are downloading the answer also from somewhere, try to understand what it is doing. If you are understanding, then only you do it and reply to me. Not understanding means don't reply and don't be silent in next class. You tell me that I couldn't understand. Please tell me how to do it. Okay. So just to check how many people are, comparing with the maximum value and doing the next level. So if you say maximum value, that is the level 1, and sorting is the level 2, you can say. Okay. Little next level. So let's see how many of you are able to do this. So 2 homework today. One is this one, transpose of the matrix, and one is this one, finding the ascending order and displaying. So sort it in ascending order and display it. Alright, so that's it for the day. Our next class will be, okay, one announcement guys. Let me share the screen again. Anybody left? Okay, I think only one person might have left. No problem. Here onwards we will be looking into all students' problem and other suggestions, etc. That 5 hours I was trying to arrange how across the week. So I am planning to make it 1 hour into 5 days. Okay. And days we will plan it like this. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday we are already doing. Friday will be additional. So Saturday and Sunday. That means Monday and Wednesday will not have class. All other day will have the class. And the timing, one meeting I used to get from my office side sometimes. Okay, so that day it becomes little difficult to join at 6:30. So 10 minutes we will join late. So 6:40 to 7:40. Batch time is 6:30 to 7:30, but we will meet at 6:40 to 7:40. 10 minutes we will meet late and 10 minutes we will leave also late. So this will be every day, all these days. So any problem, anybody? I think I have almost talked with maximum people and I have come to conclusion that this timing will be not be a problem for anybody. So still, is there anybody who has problem with this timing? AM India time, huh? IST. Exactly. Yeah, we will do that because 7:40 one more class is also there, so I have to leave at 7:40 also, so that will do. No problem, that I will take care. All right, so that means as per that our next class is on Thursday 6:40. Okay, so see you guys on Thursday 6:40.